They say money can't buy happiness. But in this city, poverty buys you a front-row seat to your own funeral. I spent 5 years building a life for a woman who treated me like a ghost. I thought I was a nobody. I was wrong. I wasn't a nobody. I was a king in exile, and the world was about to find out. The steam from the kettle burned Arian's hand, but he didn't flinch. He was used to the heat. Across from him sat an old man sipping cheap tea. "You know, Arian," the old man wheezed, "the rich breathe different air than us. Their lungs don't itch from the smog." Arian forced a smile. "Air is free, uncle. That's the only thing that is." Suddenly, the quiet street exploded with the sound of sirens. A motorcade of black SUVs, sleek, armored, and terrifying, pulled onto the curb. Pedestrians froze. These weren't police. This was private power. A woman stepped out. Humiliated. She looked like she was carved from marble and dressed in a suit that cost more than this entire neighborhood. She walked straight toward the tea stall. The guards pushed the old man aside. "Arian?" she asked. Her voice was steady, like a heartbeat. "Just Arian," he replied, wiping his hands on a rag. "I don't have a last name you'd care about." "Actually," he said, sliding a thick, cream-colored envelope across the wooden counter, "you have the only last name that matters in this country. You are Arian Singania, and your father, Rajendra, has passed away. You are no longer a tea seller. You are the owner of Singania Global." Arian laughed. It was a hollow, tired sound. "My father died in a factory fire when I was 7. I have no family but my wife, Tanya." "You've got the wrong guy." Arohi didn't blink. She reached out and touched the small, tarnished silver locket hanging from Arian's neck. "This locket is the key. It contains the biometric data of the Singania heirs. We've already run the DNA from the cup you left at the clinic last month. The results are 100%. She placed a card on the table. It wasn't plastic. It was heavy, cold, and dark as the night. "The black diamond card. 1 trillion in credit," she whispered. "No limit, no questions. The world is yours, sir. Call me when you realize that tea doesn't taste as good as power." Arian stood there holding the heavy card. He didn't believe her. He thought it was a prank, a cruel joke for a viral video. He tucked the card into his pocket and headed home. He wanted to tell Tanya. He wanted to tell her that maybe, just maybe, their struggle was over. He opened the door to their small apartment. The lights were bright. Suitcases were packed. "Tanya? What's going on?" Tanya didn't look up from her mirror. She was putting on expensive earrings, gold he hadn't bought her. "Get your things and get out, Arian," she said. Her voice was cold, stripped of the affection he'd lived for. "I filed for divorce. Kabir is coming to pick me up." Arian felt the air leave his lungs. "Kabir? The guy from the office?" "Tanya, I work 16 hours a day for you. Everything I make goes to your dreams." "That's the problem," she screamed, turning around. "Your everything is pocket change. I'm tired of smelling like tea leaves. I'm tired of living in a box. Kabir can give me the world. You can't even give me a decent pair of shoes." A man stepped into the room. Kabir. He was wearing a designer watch and a smirk. He threw a stack of papers at Arian's feet. "Sign them, beggar," Kabir spat. "You're a stain on her life. Go back to your stall and serve the other losers. You don't belong in her world anymore." Arian looked at the divorce papers. He looked at the woman he had loved for 5 years, the woman he had supported when she was a nobody. He realized then that she didn't love him. She loved the idea of being taken care of. He picked up the pen. His hand didn't shake. "You think money is everything, Tanya?" Arian asked quietly. "In this world? It's the only thing," she replied. Arian signed the paper. He picked up his small bag of clothes. "Then I hope you get exactly what you deserve." The next morning, Arian stood in front of the elite central bank. He looked a mess. His eyes were red, his clothes were wrinkled. He walked toward the glass doors. "Whoa, whoa!" the guard barked, blocking him with a baton. "Deliveries are in the back, kid. This is a VIP branch." I need to check a balance, Arian said, his voice raspy. Inside, the manager, a woman named Priya, looked up from her computer and scoffed. Is this a joke? This bank handles billion-dollar portfolios. We don't do savings accounts for street vendors. Get out before I call the police for trespassing. Arian didn't argue. He simply pulled out the black diamond card and slid it across her desk. Priya's face went from disgusted to pale in 3 seconds. She didn't even pick it up at first. She just stared. This is a fake, she stammered. Only 5 of these exist in the country. You stole this. Run the card, Priya, Arian said. Or call the police. Either way, someone is going to find out the truth. She swiped the card. The machine didn't beep. It chimed. A low, melodic sound reserved for royalty. The screen blinked. Available balance. $120 billion. The silence in the bank was deafening. The manager's hands started to shake. The guard who had blocked the door took a step back, his face turning ghost white. Just then, the doors swung open. Arohi Mehra walked in with a team of 12 bodyguards. She didn't look at the manager. She walked straight to Arian and bowed her head. The car is waiting, Mr. Singhania. It's time to go home. Arian stood on the balcony, overlooking the city. He was wearing a bespoke charcoal suit. He looked like a different man. The sadness was gone, replaced by a cold, sharp focus. Arohi, Arian called out. Yes, sir. The meeting tomorrow. Malhotra Enterprises, Kabir's company. Are they coming? They are desperate for the Singhania merger, sir. Without our funding, they go bankrupt by Friday. Arian looked at his reflection in the window. Good. Let them prepare their best speech. I want them to think they've won. I want them to feel the sun on their faces. Right before I turn out the lights, the boardroom was filled with the elite of the business world. Tanya and Kabir sat at the head of the guest table, whispering excitedly. This is it, Tanya, Kabir whispered. Once the new chairman signs this deal, we are set for life. We'll be bigger than anyone. I wonder who the new chairman is, Tanya said, checking her makeup. They say he's a mystery, probably some old billionaire from Europe. The doors opened. The room went silent. Arian walked in. He didn't look like a tea seller. He looked like the sun, blinding and untouchable. He sat at the head of the table. Tanya's phone fell from her hand, shattering on the floor. Kabir's mouth hung open. Arian, Tanya gasped, her voice breaking. What are you doing here? You're a waiter? Is this a costume? Arian leaned forward, his eyes locking onto hers. I'm the chairman, Tanya, and I'm the owner of every debt your company holds. He took the merger contract, looked at it for a second, and then slowly tore it in half. The deal is dead, Arian announced to the room. And so is Malhotra Enterprises. Security. Remove these intruders from my building. Tanya scrambled toward him, falling to her knees. Arian, wait, I didn't know. I was confused. I still love you. Please, we can start over. Arian didn't even look down at her. You were right about one thing, Tanya. Money is the only thing that matters to people like you. And now you have none. As security dragged a screaming Tanya and a broken Kabir out of the room, Arian turned to his board of directors. Now, he said, his voice echoing with authority, let's talk about the future. If you enjoyed the story of justice, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment below. What would you do with 1 trillion rupees?